Hey there, GOG. So I want to make this video clear before I start going here that I am a big fan of GOG and I am not endorsing harassment of anyone involved with the company. That's very important to note because we are touching on topics that are pretty heavy, not like the heaviest thing in the world, especially if you've been a user on the platform as long as I have, though it feels very heavy to you. This is also an irregular video because I don't normally talk about the stuff on my channel unless it's like relevant to a review. I'm not ignorant on the subject, I just don't talk about it a lot. It's important to me, though, and it's probably important to a lot of you because it affects our ability and my ability to, and our desire to purchase and participate in the PC gaming landscape. And God, it probably is going to hurt a lot of people in that aspect in the long run, but it's better it's out now than it gets hidden or something like that. Recently, GOG has had backlash for using Gen AI in their banner for their latest GOG sale, which, until further notice, will be the last time I buy from GOG. But I will not, simply because of their Gen AI or some sort of whatever moral aggrandizing one might initially feel I'm going on about a rant here. I don't think it's that, mind, but someone might. Just sit back and let me talk for a bit and listen to what I have to say, because while I am opposed to the use of Gen AI for what GOG is doing here, there is more to it than that. Fans of mine whom have stuck around for more than whatever I tangentially cover at whatever time fits my fancy will notice I included a lot of GOG links in my content, and these are not possible to remove all of right now, and I sort of hope GOG course corrects soon, so they will be staying there for at least a little while longer. But whether GOG knows it or not, with this new direction GOG has taken, a stance on something much more insidious than what might seem at present as just Gen AI. I am very rarely specifically a journalist, and I need to speak in that mode here about the head of product at GOG. What is here is matter of personal opinion and personal theory as to why a thing happens as it does, but everything I am presenting is publicly available information. I'm just adding what I think is true to it, and I do believe there is enough data to point in a specific direction of fault. If GOG continues down this path of using this person's tactics, GOG might very well become scam territory. It already is a barely known platform on the PC gaming space as is, despite the goodness they were trying to accomplish, and that is only going to get harder with this man on staff. All of this video contains entirely visibly displayed public information already apparent to anyone who's willing to look it up. To lay out flatly, what I want to say here is, with no minced words, GOG, by employing this man as their current head of product, is promoting the ideals of someone who's willing to tout a man who's willing to heil on stage, who is seemingly willing to commit to Gen AI Instagram scams where he makes a fake woman for people to pay money to, promotes anti-Europe and anti-EU agenda pieces, is willing to rewrite whatever narratives to fit his goals, and for some reason tries to pettily dunk on randos online by asking Grok who they are and to identify them. Obviously, from a just flat moral standpoint here, he is not fit for this job, but for different reasons, long-term reasons, I don't think he's fit for this job. I doubt his statements in his last post from December are true. This will be on screen multiple times, and I doubt his resume is truthful for his age, because he doesn't even seem to have the focus to scroll down to the end of an article to see if it has books that it claims to have. It's not a lot of words here, man. I could finish this, and I have ADHD. And he has to be told it by other people. I also believe he's pushing GOG to more and more privacy instead of being open to us as they have been in the past, as instead of openly admitting to Gen AI use or asking us if they should, They ended up firing all but one artist as cost-cutting measures, and now that artist is no longer a part of either of the main two GOG servers, leading to people theorizing she might be punished by silencing her for her actions of simply stating she would prefer to draw and not use Gen AI, but they are unwilling to silence and, in my opinion, outright fire the man promoting an electric car company that's most recent new vehicle is unable to be sold in pretty much every country in the world because it's so unable to function. Also, the guy that, for some reason, retweets quote unquote the European Doge Act. There is a chance for immediate course correction. I don't think it's possible for GOG to get rid of all of their AI use right away. It's clearly ingrained in the company now and has been used since very likely early 2025, possibly even before that, when their last massive layoffs took place, though. Which, shortly before, is when WashTech, I think that's how you say your name, I'm sorry if I've got it wrong, joined their staff as head of product. An important timeline of events is established around mid to late 2024, where this joining of staff happens, the layoffs that year, the turn to Gen AI commercials. There's probably stuff I've missed in here between the early 2025 to mid 2025 area, but by mid 2025, they were rolling out its use in the Mix Summer Games Showcase, which flies in the face of the showcase, and I would recommend the removal of it and the disallowance of it in the future. But this Gen AI artwork for the Mixed Summer Games Showcase is especially special because it appears there's a bunch of phalluses on the computer screen. There's phalluses in 4 of these freeze frames that are very visible. And then the outright rollout into cell banners with this controller abomination from either June or July. This is to say that GOG is already entrenched in Gen AI, and people are noticing far too late. But GOG has willingly employed someone who seems hostile to basic criticism or questions, unable to read at basic levels of depth. And since June of last year, possibly less than a year into his full employment, he tried to start rolling into Gen AI Instagram scam girls. I'm incredibly upset with this. I cannot explain to you all how upsetting this is to see that GOG would ever employ someone like this. This is a company I've shopped with because of their standing for a very long time. I always hold myself up to very high morals to whom I purchase from and whom I partake in. That is something I've always done. And I don't try and hold everyone absolutely to that. I know that's impossible to do, but employing this guy, this is scum. GOG is important to me and a lot of people as one of the last truly DRM-free places online that has good morals and tries to do their best, and regardless of any of our personal feelings on Gen AI, that is important. And I know that GOG cares. I know they do. Every one of them I've ever interacted with does. I have a game on their platform. They have the best workers of any major platform I've ever had contact with. They're super nice and they do their best to make sure everything works for everyone. And when you submit one of your games to their platform, they will leave you reviews and commentaries to help you improve your game, not in their own way, but in a way trying to understand you and what would make your content the best under your regulations and guides. That's amazing. As long as you fit within the qualifications to go on their store and they can get to you, they will be there for you and they will put in 100% effort constantly. Personally, I feel indebted to them as a first-time developer for what they did for me and gave us at Fly Anvil that feedback, because getting that feedback felt amazing and was a definite push for improvement on my end for my writing and for our game dev, I believe. In short, the vast majority of the staff at GOG are amazing people, and they have been amazing to me. But as for Wojtek over here, I literally never heard of this guy before. His Gen AI for GOG has been very lacking. Look at his computer powered by a plant for one reason, or how on most screens of the aforementioned Summer Games mix, it includes phalluses and possibly 2 guys going at it with a lizard of some kind watching. how they don't even crop the Google Gemini logo from the exit screen of the Patron program. Because yes, we now pay them to use sloppy generative AI with the least amount of effort possible on a monthly subscription fee if we so desire. Do you see how that works? Do you see how that looks? The only reason this hasn't taken off larger is because GOG has thus far refused to comment on the use of Gen AI in their tooling, despite their head of product proudly touting it. It's very easy to hide something if you simply refuse to talk about it publicly, because speaking on it publicly lets it get noticed. But they forget you need to be honest in job listings, apparently, and they mentioned that they're going to be using and pushing for the use of Gen AI in their coding branch for bringing Galaxy to the Linux client. Not only has Gen AI been proven to make employees stupider and reduce their ability to critically think and implement things, which might explain some of the oversights here from otherwise genuinely intelligent and thoughtful and caring people, but GOG is pushing its use and has integrated it for every employee they can. Look, listen to me when I say this, but GOG should have never touched this to begin with, let alone with this person in specific. There's nothing good about it and nothing good that has come of it, and there is nothing good that can come of it specifically and especially from this person, who, from what I'm able to see, is nice only when it benefits him and never anywhere else. There is no hate parade or anti anything here. We just know how this works by now. We know what AI does. This is a slap in the face of anyone who supports or has supported GOG. And if you don't think Gen AI is, then you probably agree with me, I hope at least, that Gen AI Instagram scam bots, where you do all this, is scum. This is probably the most important video I've ever made, and it will be the most important video I'm probably ever going to make on a subject like this. I will be sharing this with everyone I can, regardless of your position. Everyone at GOG needs to be made aware. We will not stand for GOG promoting scams or scammers, and make it vocal and make it heard. And if you are a developer releasing your game on GOG, until this is settled, make your way over to Zoom platform. There's not as much variation there, but the more you put on the platform, the more you spend on there, the more they get. And quite frankly, if this is the path GOG chooses to go down to promote this kind of person, to promote this kind of act, you should go over there. And quite frankly, Zoom platform, they are funnier than GOG. Sometimes I really like this image here. This is great. Yeah, once more, majority of what I extrapolate from this is opinion, but what is here is visibly here and available for everyone to see at the time of me making this video and making this post. Regardless if they change that in the future, this is just journalistic integrity and documentation of what has happened. And the rest, I guess, consider an opinion piece that I've extrapolated data from. Hey there, another thing before this video goes live. A lot of Wojtek's Twitter page has been now scrubbed. So the original post where he retweeted, proud to be the AI team proud to lead the AI team at Europe's Doge, but done right. We start with Poland, but the ambition is much bigger. That is no longer retweeted on his account. It was, but now there's like gaps in his posts, and I finally refound the heat map post here. He has been cleaning house since the start of this incident, and it's been slow over time to the point I did not notice. Now, this could be because he might not agree with them, but I'm going to doubt that because he still kept the heat map post of left-wing politics here. How the left in Poland does not care, and how regulation on AI is bad. So, yeah, I'm pretty not convinced he's changed at all. He also, for some reason, kept the Instagram post here. This is, like, super damning, my man. Why would you ever even reply to this on your main account that you also use for work? What are you thinking? I never checked his Instagram account itself, but it was linked to me afterwards, and at some point he posted this. There's probably more here. at some point, but I do not use Instagram. I have not checked Instagram in a long time. I don't intend to start using it more suddenly, but yeah, this is what it looks like on his Instagram profile. It seems like in 2023 or late 2022, he just suddenly switched and pivoted hard into the AI area and then just never left. And all of his leanings for everything has become more and more right wing because left wing people seem to be wanting to regulate AI, and he does not want AI regulated. From what I can see, he vacations in Thailand a lot, but I don't know if that means anything. I don't know the demographics of people that tend to visit Thailand. I just know a lot of Chinese people tend to visit Thailand. That is really all I know about visiting Thailand. Like, absolutely flat, all of it. I didn't absorb it before, but here's a post of him on Twitter shaming a nonprofit organization for reporting on their one of their members being pepper sprayed at a blockade that they were protesting at. So that's fun. Nothing to really add to this except that he's been cleaning shop since the AI incident has been made public, and everyone now knows that he is like a part of that push within GOG. Hey, so as I was putting this video together, literally hours after I ended that last segment there, GOG put out a statement in the Patreon server, of which I'm a founder member of. I do not pay to be in there anymore because of the AI generation thing. And it's about the AI generation, where in which they go, sorry, this was a mistake. But I find this incredibly difficult to believe because, for one thing, they've been using it for over a year. And I don't have time to set up a proper recording area. My heating just came on, so you guys are gonna hear a brrr in the background. Um, um, this is just straight up has to be a lie, or it's like they meant to generate another AI thing because they've been using Gen AI in commercials. They've been using Gen AI in several banners before this. It's been visible to everyone for a long time. It was used in the summer mixed games showcase that I talked about earlier. I'm a little bit frazzled because it came out of nowhere and I wanted to cover it, and I had the dishwasher running and I was vacuuming, and then I get this ping on my phone and then I have to go look at it and I'm like, they lied again, or they're doing this again, or whatever. Look, Juji, just be honest with us and walk this back. It's not hard. I find this incredibly difficult and hard to believe. If something changes after this, yeah, that's good. But right now, no, I don't believe this for anything. So, another update before I've even managed to put off this video, and every time I send it off for peer review, GOG staff decide they cannot stop fucking putting their foot in their mouths for 5 minutes so I can finish this video. I'm feeling much better. It's days later. I don't have time to fix the prior audio where I recorded with, like, no sleep, but whatever. Linked in the description is footage from the Patreon server and some GOG staff responding to things, which got one user timed out just for reading publicly available messages and expressing discontent over it. But they didn't time them out in that thread, they timed them out in the main chat, where in which in the thread there's only like 5 people, but in the main chat, a ton of people saw it and were like, wow, what's this? That is unfair. That is inherently trying to control the narrative. You intentionally made that call out to them there. That's all they tried to do too. They were just voicing their discontent and they were upset scrolling by on screen. That this is the specific response from Jed on the subject, which I am getting more and more convinced Jed was okay with the prior thing and is just trying to save face, and GOG are most definitely trying to enforce control over the narrative here and push away and down any criticisms. Sometimes by doing this kind of scum thing, and another kind of scum thing by asking for pity instead of being like, hey, we messed up. They're making excuses, and they're not even making honest excuses here. This is not a question in my mind anymore, and it has only gotten worse as the days have gone on. However, Jed, since we're on about this, up on screen is rule number 5 in the Patreon server. Can we talk about this if we're doing public callouts? Can I just do a public call out of you for not banning all of the people that make outward transphobic and homophobic remarks? Yeah. There's several users with stuff like this in their bios. In fact, this is a user from this server. And I know the staff are in the know. I know you're in the know. It's been like this for months now. And these users are also intentionally causing fights with others. Are you actually going to do anything about it, or are you just going to let it go, let the toxicity flow, and time out users for being concerned about the direction of GOG instead? What's your deal, man? What are you guys up to over there? I'm not gonna pretend to not be upset with this. I've been very patient. I've been very understanding because I know you guys are always stressed and things are always a little bit a lot of work over there to do. So I'm very patient. I know. I've worked with you guys before. I know things take time. That aside, and this very public call out now being made public to the internet, and me sending this off to Kotaku, um, on screen now is a scroll by of the Reddit AMA. There's a few takeaways from it, including the honest bullshit response that Plisquad chose to step away herself. No, I don't believe you on that anymore. I really don't. There is absolutely no doubt in my mind that this is just damage control. There was probably a push from people higher than her for her to leave the groups because she's opened her mouth and started this whole thing. I'm not going to take your shit on it. This is personal opinion, of course, but I'm not gonna take your shit on it. I'm very mad you guys have the gall to time someone out for over 2 weeks, bringing to light already public posts that are readily available that other people have already been talking about. Now let's take a moment and just let it scroll by the AI Heroes for Poland thing over here. What is this? There's even posts in here where they're like, yeah, we need to build AI programs from the ground up that need no people involvement. But I've seen what your AI produces, and it's hot garbage, and sometimes there's just straight up penises in it. No, I don't think you're reliable at controlling this, at quality assuring it. No, you don't get that pass. This user being timed out for this makes me very scared for me because I am trying to do something with any merit of journalistic integrity, and I feel like I'm just gonna get banned. If they somehow try to sue me over this, that is also going to be absolutely insane because there's no way that would ever go about in court. It would just be wasting the money. But I don't have any confidence in them anymore about any of this. At first I was willing to give them benefit of doubt, but then that has just degraded more and more over time. So Jed, Arthur, other people here. Probably not Arthur. He's the marketing director. This is his job. Jed, even if you didn't want to make that post and were made to by someone higher up, which is possible in the toxic workplace environment that GOG is known to have thanks to their very public Glassdoor reviews, where management often has secret hidden agendas they're trying to push, this is just unacceptable to do. Jed, you're too important for this company to fire. Just tell them no. In my personal opinion, there's an obligation to do so, and if you do not, then congratulations, Jed. You are officially complicit in this, and also, I am going to assume that you are also pushing this bullshit hidden agenda that all you're spreading is bullshit here. Bullshit that I've shown in this video is just wrong. You're lying. You guys are lying. And the AI product heroes are scum. This is not okay for a business to promote, especially what some of these individuals in this are promoting. It's not okay. I don't think this is a matter of personal opinion, though, of course, obviously, I am letting my personal opinion be known. I think this is an absolute detriment to GOG as a whole. And I personally believe that without doubt. I've actually spoken with some small-time indie developers who are managing literally their entire projects by themselves with thousands of people following it, and yeah, they don't have these issues that you guys are having that you're like, oh, please pity us. We need to use AI to make this happen. No. And even people with teams don't have this issue. So I'm not going to take you seriously. I'm not going to assume you're being honest because I think it's very clear that you're not being honest. You're trying your best to push this message of being publicly open with people, but no, that's not what's happening here. And you haven't been publicly open and honest with us about this all the way back when you first started using this. I will see you guys in whatever commentary video I decide to make next when I'm feeling absolutely better instead of just mostly or somewhat better, because I've spent most of this year very sick. And I missed out on a lot for at least 2/3 of the year now. And that's a bummer. And hopefully next time I will see you guys when I am feeling better and when things are better and when GOG makes visible improvements better. That's it. Thank you guys. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but that is just sometimes what I do, and people always hate it. See you guys next time. For hopefully whatever commentary thing I do that's more fun than this.